Alright, this is Transformers Universe Legends Class G2 Megatron right here. He is part of Wave 2 of the Legend series for Transformers Universe together with Hound and G1 Jazz. Here he is in a size comparison with the animated activators Earth Mode Megatron and Premium Movie 1 Deluxe Class Jazz. He's a very, very tiny figure. I mean, activators are pretty small, but Legends class figures are extremely small. They just fit in the palm of your hand. Um, I'm not a big fan of the G2 Megatron, but I heard a lot of great reviews on this particular figure. I had high hopes for this figure, but he's not as disappointing as I thought he would be, but I do have a lot of issues with him. First off, just like the Jazz figure, he cannot be posed in a bent position because he'll just tip over. The reason being is the engineering that forgot to, well, they don't have as much, he doesn't have as much length for his heel inside rather than outside, and it does not balance him very well. So the only way you can stand him genuinely in a good position is, you know, straighten knees. You try and bending the knees, this is the best you can do. The one thing I like about him is because of the transformation is that his head does rotate. The downside being is that his cannon, which is supposed to be like a shoulder cannon, goes with his head, and you can clearly see it just comes right out of his ears, which is kind of funny. But if you keep him in a certain position facing his right side, the cannon will still look like it's a shoulder cannon instead of an ear cannon. But that's about it. Oh, and the ball joint for the arms are placed way behind his arm, so that when you extend his arm, it's like he does look like a G1 figure. I mean, look at that. Dislocated joints right there. But keep the arms down. He's pretty menacing. I mean, G2 Megatron. I still would get the Legends class G2 Megatron over the Voyager class or Deluxe class G2 Megatron. Not a big fan of that. The Special Edition Megatron and this guy, it could go either way. I mean, because the Special Edition Megatron is on sale, is on clearance, and this one's not, so you might as well go and buy the Special Edition Megatron rather than this one. But if you're a big fan of the G2 Megatron and you just want to complete the wave of the Legends class figures, I think you can probably buy him. Let me just compare him. Okay. Well, he's very small. So to transform him, just put his feet together, just like a regular G1 character. The transformation is very simple, but tricky. Slightly tricky with the head. What you do is you try and raise up the cannon this way. This is the only way you're going to transform him, because the cannon sort of locks the chest in this position. So slightly twist. It doesn't work this way. It has to work this way. Put the cannon behind. Slightly move with him facing his right. Okay. Straighten out the chest. Put the arms back. Down. Okay. And then fold the feet as though you were the G1 character, G1 figure, and lock it. Okay. And then what's left is are the arms. You just join them together and form the turret. Sadly, the turret does not have any articulation. It does not spin, does not turn or raise. One thing good about this tank mode is it's very compact. Let's compare it with Jazz. It's pretty big, slightly bigger than Jazz, and slightly bigger, well, a little bit smaller than Movie 1 Starscream Legends class. But it's a fairly decent sized tank. I mean, you could display him this way and it wouldn't be a problem. I mean, most of these Legends figures, I would probably display them in vehicle mode or in alt mode, like this guy. This guy stays like this because his robot mode is just horrendous. The Jazz figure, bot mode and car mode, probably the car mode is a better mode. And Megatron, it could go either way. You can do him in alt mode, so, or turn him into bot mode. Bot mode is pretty cool. I mean, not a lot of poses available, but you can still get him in decent poses, particularly because you can move his head, which I really like. Ball joint shoulders, ball joint hips, knees can bend, and that's about it. Head moves because of transformation. Let's see. Alright. So there you have him. Transformers Universe Legends Class G2 Megatron. Thanks for watching.